Hello. Hey, everybody. Happy Wednesday or Thursday, depending on where you're at. I know it's been a minute since I've done an update. We're still in this spring plaid scarf routine here with the Schumann, but do not underestimate what is going on with this. So I'm going to take us back the last couple of days. And yes, these are the appropriate emojis. No, you are not losing your mind. Your body's not freaking out. The crazier you feel, the more normal that is. That's all I'll tell you, because we're literally still, we've jumped onto a new timeline, and all of this, there's a ton of disorientation, there's a ton of confusion. The physical body feels like it's freaking out. So I'm going to dive into the energy today, and hopefully give you guys some background and a little bit of peace of mind is the biggest thing, right? Because we're all witnessing a lot of things collapsing too. But you know how we roll around here. I got to start with a warm welcome to our newest members of the Love Train. We have new members from Wisconsin, new from Los Angeles, new from Phoenix, also Chicago, Illinois, and then overseas we've got new members in the Netherlands, also in the UK, in London, and down under from Sydney, Australia. Lots of newbies. Welcome, welcome. If you're new here today, drop us a line in the comments so that we can give you a proper Love Train welcome. Gosh, so much going on here. Let me take a peek and see who's in here this morning. Lisa is here. Rosemary, hello. Hi, Robin. Manu is here. Maury's here. Awesome. Leanna, good morning. Hey, Jeff. Jeff's in the house. Annie in Texas. What's up, Annie? Thanks for being here. Linda, it's always divine timing. Whatever time you find me, it's divine for you. Awesome. Welcome. Chris, Cheryl is here. Helene, yes, yeah. Oh, the craze has been going on for days. Dolly's here, Andra's here from Tucson. Welcome, welcome. Beautiful. Awesome. DFW. Awesome. Welcome. Yay. Okay. Yeah. So I see. Okay. So across the board, the Ascension symptoms on this one, just whatever it is, just say, yes, that's part of it. So but there's a bigger piece of this which is really why I felt compelled to come in here. And it also is what inspired tomorrow's focus group. Because, remember, the guides are all watching us go through this. They see and they sense when these collective fears come up. That's always when I want to come in here and go, okay, wait a minute. Just because it feels like we're on the banana boat train right now, but we're all in the perfect place for where we're meant to be. We just got dumped onto, everybody, whether awakened or not, got dumped onto a new timeline. And that can cause absolute confusion, disorientation, trouble focusing. You might be saying, why am I not motivated? Why do I need so many naps all of a sudden, right? Or crazy sleep patterns, wild dreams, all of it. Wondering, what the fuck's going on, right? That is all. You're not lost. You're exactly where you need to be. And today, if you're feeling untethered or spaced out or even extra sensitive, or if you feel like you're in the no-fly zone, right? Do you feel like you're walking between worlds? Because you literally are. This is what it feels like to land on a new timeline. So we all are, right? We have multidimensional bodies, right? We have a physical body, we have an emotional body, we have an ethereal body. And so your nervous system in your physical body is literally recalibrating. That's why it feels like, it's almost like when you're trying to tune into a radio station, one direction it's static, and then the other direction you got no signal, and then you're like trying to tune in. That's what we're doing. We're adapting to these frequencies, while at the same time we're still getting this purging, right? But the guides assure us that your soul, right? Your soul, which lives in your heart, is ahead of you, laying down the bricks. So if you think of yourself as multi-levels, right? Think of just shadows, different shadow versions of yourself ahead of you. Being your physical body's at the end of the line. The front of the line is your soul. Your soul knows what's in your heart and where you're wanting to step next. So that's in front of you, creating this space. And so our job in the Who Man body is to remember that truth and stay in the heart and go within. And that means if right now you need to isolate a little bit because it's a little spicy on the outside, that's okay too. But don't isolate from fear, isolate from power. That I know who I am and going within. And I got you. We're totally going to do it. We're doing a grounding today. We're going to go into that inner sanctuary. Tomorrow's focus group deals with all of this. And it's really, they're showing me that they're going to use that collective light to help everybody feel welcomed onto the new timeline versus disoriented. And then bringing everybody, back to that space of like, we're honoring the old journey. And I don't know how they're going to bring this in, but it's also a frequency alignment. It's going to be a frequency alignment. I did not get the full activation yet, but they were showing me very clearly that tomorrow's really going to help us. Now they're saying, you're going to feel like you've landed safely instead of feeling like you're dangling on the end of a string with no control. So ultimately, that's the feeling we're going for tomorrow. I have no doubt they'll deliver the perfect activation for that. They always do. So, but in the meantime, let's talk about this. Okay. Very important. So let me move that. Let me just, I learned I can just shift this. Been dragging my chair around. Here we go. All right. So this was day before yesterday. And this was in the, you can see we got some spikes. These spikes are purposeful because it's still that completion of things that no longer serve you. Now, don't get frustrated if it's something that keeps coming up into your field that you're saying, oh, I thought I cleared that, right? Know that when it comes up, you have two choices. You can go into that, oh, not this again, which keeps you in that same frequency. Or you can go, oh, okay, I recognize this. This feeling is an emotion that I had stuffed down. I was holding that beach ball underwater. The beach ball's come to the surface, and now I'm going to let the air out of it and allow it to go to the light. And so it's taking that moment before you allow, and don't go into the rabbit hole. I'm seeing and hearing a lot of really theories and things. Instead of, why am I feeling this way? Oh no, what's wrong? What's wrong? What's wrong? We got to lose that phrase altogether. It doesn't exist in the fifth dimension. Everything that's happening is happening for you. If it's a situation that you don't like that's triggering you, it's triggering you so that you can recognize it, self-realization. Oh, I recognize this. And instead of going in the rabbit hole and recreating this, I'm going to remember my truth. I'm going to slow my breath down, go into my heart space, and invite this to come to the light. And this is when you invite all of your support to come and help you. They're doing the heavy lifting, you're not. But your realization is what makes the ride smoother. So you have two choices. And if other people are still triggering you, that's you. What message is in it? So before you go, oh, la, 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 they're there bringing you that experience so that you can step into greater levels of your power. But when we go on the gerbil wheel and go, not again, this person's not getting it. Why don't they understand me? I'm awakened. It's not an hierarchy. You can't bring other people over the finish line. Every soul awakens in their own divine timing, and they chose when and how. We're here to be the light, which means you must give the light to yourself. And then you choose to see others as also divine human. They too are light focused into a body. They're just in a different state of consciousness. So we can't help any of them by shaming them into, why aren't you awake? Why don't you know this? That's not how this works. You honor yourself and honor your own light, knowing that when they have that moment of awakening, they're going to be inspired by your ability to hold the light. And right now, that's a big challenge. It's a big challenge because this is stirring up a lot, and it's more difficult to ground than it has been. It's right. It's just difficult to get any footing. And so that's why today we're going to get step one of this. We're going to use all of our light collectively to just settle everybody's energy and help us integrate. This is a deep integration. These red colors here, that's still purging. That's still what's not serving you. And it's really a great time. Like, look in your closet. What clothing no longer resonates with you? Put it in the golden current and pass it on. Whoever needs it next will be resonating with it. Don't overthink it. What objects are you holding on to that's using your energy you no longer resonate with? It's getting used to, can you let go of it all for what's in your best and highest good? This is how you make space for new energy to come in. And it can be that, right? Does anybody have a junk drawer in their kitchen? Go in there and say, wait a minute. And you don't go, what if I need this? All your needs are met in the fifth dimension. If you are no longer resonating with an object, a person, a job, whatever, it's going to keep feeling yucky until you say, okay, I'm going to let this go. Or it may be, the choice may be made for you. But getting into resonance with it and getting to an acceptance with it, knowing that something better is waiting to come into form for you. It's that trust. We've got to start laying down levels of trusting and trusting. I know a lot of you are having these what ifs too. Discern if you're thinking something's wrong and you're going doing your online research and you hear something that sounds scary or, oh no, this is how, if you apply that to your belief system, you're now creating that exact thing that you're saying oh no to. And if you don't resonate, for example, with what I'm saying, that's perfectly fine. There is absolutely no judgment or criticism. I want you to find something that resonates with you. And by that, I mean, what they're saying to you must feel good, not warning. I hear so many warnings now. And what if it's this? What if this? What if it's true that you are a powerful creator of your own reality? What if that's true? Could that possibly be good news? Start to lean into the what if this is possible. You can ease yourself into this. But if you're holding on to stories and belief systems that are causing you concern or fear, that is not love and light. And so just say, how does this information feel to me? Again, and it doesn't have to be me. If it's not me, find someone. This person, what they're saying feels good to me. But you can't be, crapping your pants when you hear it. That's not in the fifth dimension. What am I choosing to create? Is this messaging in resonance with me? Does this feel good? Okay, I think I can buy into some. You don't have to buy into all of it. You're not buying in. You're resonating and you're getting comfort. You're getting relief. You're getting guidance. You're getting inspiration. If you're not getting this, you are not in resonance. You're recreating something or taking on a belief system. And unfortunately, I'm seeing some under the auspices of being spiritual creator, but really with a nice layer of fear mongering between the bread. And so just trust yourself, trust your heart. Does this information feel good to me? And if it doesn't, be open or be with curiosity, but don't adopt it and say, oh, let me make that fit my situation. We don't go backwards. What we're trying to do is get a smooth ride here, okay? So there's a big difference, and we get to choose. We get to choose how we're riding it out. And so you guys are so great and so powerful now at grounding, and that comes from your own individual efforts. And then us combining our light as a group, we're so powerful now. And we don't have power over other people. You have power over your own divinity by doing this. And there's never power over any person. That doesn't exist in the fifth dimension. It's you knowing your own power and creating your own reality out of pure love and light. When that's the intention of all, there are no predators, there's no judgment, there's no criticism ever. So love yourself as you were wanting others to love you. That's where it starts. And that's really where it ends too, because then the rest becomes co-creation out of love. So, all right, man, they got a lot to say today, right? Let's take a peek at the shakalaka chart here. so I can show you these energies are really, the graph doesn't really depict all the stuff that's going on. And again, this is a physical body. I do have to move the melon. Here we go. So you can see this pattern. These were those sharp spikes from day before yesterday, leading into more. You can see these are going through all the chakras. These spikes, these sharp ones are release. The ones that are more spread out is when we get some light come in. And that light is awakening. There's heavy concentration, as there has been in the upper chakras. Why? Because when we jump new timelines, for us, we're getting access to higher levels of consciousness, which means the third eye has to open up. You have more space to allow light in, which means that your gifts come online, your intuition, your telepathy, all of these things. And so are you trusting that when it's coming in? Are you questioning it and looking, right? Notice if you get information and then get in the rabbit hole and start to debunk it. Looking for proof is a fear. I know tomorrow we're going to do an activation that's going to align us with trust, and they're giving me it's letting your resonance lead without external proof. That's the key to this. Are you letting resonance, meaning how do I feel? How does this feel in my body? Over external proof. External proof, noodle soup. Nothing else, noodle soup. As soon as you're looking for external proof, you're in noodle soup. All right, I hope that helps. I am gonna switch this. Let me peek and see what's going on. I'm gonna look in the chat, see how everybody's doing. There's a lot of you in here this morning. Yeah, I know a lot of us were like looking for that safety flag, right? Hey, me too. I'm asking my guys, what is going on? I was like, I felt like I was on a sailboat in the middle of the ocean for a few days, and just was like looking for that little grounding moment. Today I did feel it settle in. Let's see, see what is going on here. Awesome. Oh, Tony's here from Thailand. Welcome. Marie from Norway. Awesome. Someone says all of the above. Oh yeah, checking all the boxes. Yeah, it's all normal. You're not going batshit boo-boo. I promise. This is us landing on a brand new timeline. Quite literally, you're landing on a new earth, right? Energetically. Care. Thank you for being here. Let's see. Yeah. Oh yeah, the nervous system is getting a massive overhaul. So if you've been feeling like a lot of activity in the solar plexus, pressure in the head, very normal, lots of ringing. I have had these episodes where it almost feels like when your ears need to pop, where I feel like things go silent and all I hear is a loud, high frequency beep, and then it just slowly integrates. That's our body is just taking on these frequencies for the first time. So it is adjusting. So just, again, if you're not looking in that mirror every day and telling your body you're killing it, you're doing a great job, cheer your body on. It is doing the unimaginable, what this thing cannot comprehend. All right, let's see. Okay. Well, yeah. Oh, we're beyond the bridge. We've jumped. We're in. Yeah. So just so you know, everybody, energetically, we've passed, and they're calling it, we've passed the threshold. So what's happening, for those of you might say, well, if I'm already in the fifth dimension, why am I still having this experience? So there's what's called an echo, and things that have to be completed, you can still see. Remember, we can still see what's going on in the third dimension. We can choose to entangle in it, or we can choose to just be the observer and hold our light. Okay, so know that these echoes that are coming up doesn't mean that you fell back into unconsciousness. Can you choose unconsciousness? Yes, you have free will. But we are all, right? Our consciousness, let's say, your consciousness is in the fifth dimension already. And so the stuff that is, you're feeling the echo, right? A frequency, think of a frequency, right? It's radiating a sound, a frequency. And so those old manifestations that didn't serve you, that were dense, must come to the light. And so to give you an idea, energetically, that's what's happening. But we are your consciousness, even if your human's not experiencing yet, your consciousness is already there, Your soul is ahead of you, helping to create, what's in your heart. And that's where you're going to start getting more breadcrumbs and more awareness. And so it will get easier and easier to manifest things. And we're going to have tons of manifestation goodies and tricks for you to help get you there. The echo is not, because the echo is tied to a frequency that's being completed, right? Those old timelines are collapsing. See, they're not there waiting for somebody else to line up with it. They're actually collapsing. You came here to heal. You came here to heal and to create from new. And that's what we're doing. Okay. So let's, hello, South Carolina, welcome. Yeah, lots of ringing in the ears. Yeah, I'm hearing it right now too. Joanne says skin super sensitive. Yeah, that is all our body's getting used to these higher frequencies and the new timeline, right? So lots and lots and lots going on. All right, I think we're ready for a good love train inner sanctuary grounding. This, we could all use this right now. And again, right, they keep saying discern. So really, really pay attention to, your thoughts, the meaning you give them, and the emotion you attach to them. And your belief system becomes your creation. So notice if you're still focusing on that old creation that you don't desire. And then you can go into your heart. You can use this exact exercise we're doing here to come into your heart space, ground yourself, remind yourself who you are as a powerful creator of your own creation. And from that point, you are aligning. It's everything you didn't want and that you were so done with is on that old timeline. So they're just saying, stop choosing it. Stop choosing it. And it must come into form. Okay, so next thing, the breath. Your breath is the key to everything. Whatever is going on, if you want to step, you feel like you got out of control for a minute, there's no reason to go down the rabbit hole. Don't get mad at yourself. Recognize it. Say, wait a minute, I'm not feeling good right now. So my breath is my power. So right now, we'd love everybody to take a few breaths and notice if your breath is short. When we're disoriented and stuff, or confused and looking for answers, that can shorten your breath, right? Your heart rate increases. So let's just really deliberately slow everything down here. And then if you're not driving, go ahead and you can close your eyes, and we're going to just really pull all of our light together and ground it deeply into Gaia's heart. Go into that place of stillness. And this is going to help us all just dissipate these energies, and it's really going to help your human to feel better. So with closed eyes, let's go ahead and take a nice deep inhale and just allow your breath to rise all the way up to the top of your shoulders. Pause there for a moment and exhale all the way down to Gaia's sacred heart. Nice. Take an inhale, come up to your heart space. Nice. On this exhale, can you drop your shoulders even more? Good. Take an inhale. We're going to stay here in Gaia's sacred heart. On the exhale, merge your light with hers. Nice. We're going to inhale, bring that light up to your heart. Exhale here, release any more dense energy. They're showing a lot of density in the shoulders. So let's take another inhale. Breathe in light. Exhale, release that dense energy. Really good. Now take an inhale here. Notice, and you can see, sense, or feel if the front door to your heart is open. And then take a moment to notice if the back door to your sacred heart is open. And if needed here, take an easy inhale and then gently guide it open on your exhale. Now we're going to inhale and increase that light in your heart space. So inhale, expand the light within, exhale and light up the cells in your body. Nice. Inhale again, expand the light within again. Exhale, expand your light to fill the room or space you're in. And this is not with force. Inhale, expand the light within. Exhale, fill that space again. Nice. Inhale, come into your heart space. Exhale, go into that area of your sacred heart, which is the space behind your human heart. Exhale, and they're inviting you to sit here. Inhale, exhale, we're seated in that space of the sacred heart. Really good. This is your inner sanctuary, they're saying. From this space, you're allowing all of these energies to integrate and settle. And you're radiating peace in your body and way beyond your body, out into the cosmos. They want us to stay here for 3 breaths and breathe in. Take an inhale. I fill myself with pure love and light. Exhale, I release all energies that are not mine. Inhale. I fill myself with pure love and light. Exhale. I release all energies that are not my own. One more, inhale. I fill myself with pure love and light. Exhale. I release all energies that are not my own. Nice. And now let's take a nice cleansing inhale here. Exhale one more time down to Gaia's sacred heart. Really nice. And then on this inhale, come slowly back into your body. Wiggle your fingers and toes. And then gently open your eyes. You guys did amazing, amazing. So interesting how they were showing me a lot of tension in the group coming from the shoulder area. So if you need to, like, roll your shoulders and, give your neck a whirl. You've got space in there now. Focus on that breath and, come back to this later if you need it again. There is light coming in for us all. But this period we're in right now is purposeful, and it's helping us acclimate in a huge way. And so we embrace the ebb, right? We're in that ebb again, right? That drawing back where it feels all wild. And so embrace that ebb, knowing that when this beautiful light comes in, that you've mastered it from this inner sanctuary. That is where your power is, where we just went. And I love it that they had, I had an image of just sitting in a beautiful, relaxed, cross-legged position in there. And you can really, when you really, really quiet your mind and sit in that space for a minute, you can feel your power there, and you feel the safety and you feel the stability. And so thank you. But you guys make this happen. It's your collective light that makes this happen. That's why this feels so good when we do this together. And gosh, we're going to do it again tomorrow in focus group. So if you, the email did not go out yet, by the way. I have it prepped. I'm going to roll that out as soon as I'm done with the live here. So you will get the registration link. If you have not registered yet, you will get the link. I will also post it in here. It will be under the posts. There's a link. It's completely free. Focus group is free. But you do have to register to get the Zoom link. And I'm so excited tomorrow to help us all. We're going to expand our light again and just bring, I think we're all craving some calm, some inner peace, and we're going to get it. And then we're also going to be welcomed onto the new timeline. So I'm excited to see what that's going to feel like. It can only feel great. It can only feel great. So I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for jumping in here. Thanks for riding out this wave. I know it's been a crazy, again, discern, notice what you're choosing. If something doesn't feel good, including if it comes out of my mouth, then it may not be for you, and that's okay. But if something is frightening to you, discard it, because the only messages that are coming for your best and highest good are loving messages. Every time. There's no exception. All right. I love you guys so much. Thank you again for shining your light here. A big welcome again to our newest members. And I will see you guys as the energy calls, and I'll see everybody in focus group tomorrow. Mwah. Big love. Thanks, guys.